talking point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family, welcome back to yet another very, very important segment where they come through the Talking Point platform. As always, we know the door with to come and talk there. Today again, we got some serious common talk there. We will get for for them by better one. One of the common talk where we look at now a video where they make rounds on the social media where they depict Dr. Samura Kamara, where you go get discussion with the disabled, where we look at the disabled, but disabled not to inability, as so they can say. The mumude, but one thing will catch a lot of people's attention are the interpreter. But anyway, we can't put play that video they don't see. Also, we go look at briefly, like I promised you the other time, the decision where the government of Salon don't take for go open embassy in Jerusalem. What in this mean? I will count a brief analysis about that conflict there and also position if really worth it. And also we go look at President Biobi in Kenya, and the first lady don't go join her also in Kenya on a climate summit with the Kenyan government. And also we go look at some videos that they make on social media. One of the video, Arata, of course, we know say this is not a thug, well-known thug around the country. But the thing where shock a lot of people, then see say like police gear convoy. In other words, like states recognize the death of that particular person, the winner Arata. What's in this mean? And also we go look at one Salomon was so passionate about government assets. There was a video back then will be scattered around social media where this guy they talk about say tell the whole facility in Alunge dilapidated destruction it's just too much. This guy again don't go to airport again today, so we'll therefore can look into that part today. And the bike riders themselves don't sit at home strike now McKinney. All this and more, and perhaps as always know the most important part now you contribution. We like us so much, and they engage in the platform. And I will say the learn from as always, those people can say, sharing is caring. I think they're right. Those people already talk now, So let we share, let we help for sensitize yourself, Knowledge is power, not greedy the knowledge. Put on comment, or we don't know, perhaps we might open the line if time permits we. And to the people, if you just a journey for the first time, this is not the program we call on Komon-Tok, because the talk that we talk here, all not Komon-Tok there, and I think the way get the potential for push for country go before, or even can go before, can go behind. And we they focus mainly on things where the traditional media not can talk, or in the front for talk, or not get time for. Now that's we get time for now. So consider for subscribe. And people like in Zayana one-stop shop news, meaning we can most of the important information you get out. Yes, we might take one hour. Some cases we can even go 2 hours or even beyond. But people they're not tired. People don't like that, because then the benefits, they know exactly how information they change their lives. And so that make it therefore. So consider for subscribe today. And to we family members, we community members, we really appreciate you now. And always we know how for that, we just share. Aisha always can say, no continue for share. All right, so we know they go no side, we know they waste time no side, or they can't just now for can continue their issues.
Just one platform for news every day now we country alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs. TTPTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit. TTPT.
All right, so let's start from the first thing first. From after the election, Dr. Samura, I mean, people and just see something different in this guy. Take to mind, depressed. I mean, appear as possible depressed. I mean, you see, it interact, it engage with people, and they put on a smiling face. That shows a kind of, just God built everybody different, but in your character different. Because I can know how some people are so power conscious. They're so conscious, particularly when they see the possibility of getting to power. Don't somebody from nowhere or wherever or some. We see what's happen in Kenya, not so. Raul Odinga and Kenyatta. We see how people are going to the streets and thousands of people skirmishes all over, people and die, and we don't many parts of the African continent where they see opposition and the ruling government after election, people and they lost their life. But for we so far so good, we they see Dr. Samura Kamara, it seems to be calm, in this all approach. They visit communities there. So we don't know, which kind of heart way he gets. Perhaps, and I make people and they should say, then they say, the man now person way, no, not a politician, because a typical politician perhaps not for behave like that. Anyway, but today he go visit, yesterday he go visit the Mumude. And one part by the video where a lot of people catch up, where then say yes, we need for support, particularly that picky way they translate. Anyway, let not talk. Now listen to the video and I watch the person where steal the show. The person will catch up. Nine people focus on. Mrs. said now focus on, not to Samura, not to even the say. But anyway, let not talk past this. Slow listen, slow watch.
Today, first Sunday, September 2023, Dr. Samura Kamara can listen to the cry of the Mumu people at the eastern part of Freetown. Of course, you see the young lady, Naim, they interpret within the Mumu people and they suffer within and they go through. Then they get the action and then the young lady, they interpret waiting, then they say to Dr. Samura Kamara, say, this is what they call leader. And they listen to everybody. Now we see Dr. Samura Kamara, they right there. You can visit the Mumu people then, at the eastern part of Freetown. So now, the young lady, they interpret, then they get action, and then in the interpret. Now that's the happen today. So you see, then they pull their own voters card, and they show Dr. Samura Kamara say they belong to the All People's Congress. One by one, I saw that all the camp for Kangi, the young way out in the field, this government, this present government. Young begin, see this approximately, they go there 6-7 years, so they interpret within the moment, then they go to Dr. Samura Kamara. Right now, what's when they see Dr. Samura Kamara, so they have this, not the Mumu people, them all sit down. We they right now, Brian right now, where Dr. Samura Kamara, they can listen to the cry of the Mumu people them. Not the eastern part of it. I don't say the Mumu people and come across, because every Sunday we know so they can get listening different side in this community also with this right now. Dr. Samura Kamara self to give message to them right now where they begin to interpret. See? Wow. See, it's so wonderful. My God.
Talk to them, see them.
All right, so Famul, that was the lady, the small young girl, we just, smash it, it's still the show. People are really just see like them kind of picky they need support because as one gets from the clip, I think here in Papa or in parents, they go out there, go big, So you can imagine at that age, it's so powerful for you get the talent for understand and explain. We can do more than that, not so we can support. I want to shock you again. You remember yesterday we put a video, not so, about one clever picking where they talk about election malpractice. In case you know, BCR, we'll just make a few seconds, but we'll record something for long and see what you want just talk on. Just a look. Lad, just remind people quickly.
Brothers and sisters in Sierra Leone, parents and guardians, colleague pupils, students of lower and higher institution, ministers of education, and Her Excellency Madam First Lady Fatima Jabibio, and His Excellency the President of the Republic.
Not to me, I know they say na me, but because this video be don't go viral, you understand? But we self-contribute. Finally, you don't get opportunity for go meet with the president. So you can see the power of the social media. That I go can say una share. It's this is one of the things we can lead to certain things. Like just share here in President Bio, this speaking will we put in picture video, we'll just put in video so like just share. You see? Finally, he get chance for go me to this, now the picking this. You see? See? So this will show you the power of social media. For say together we can do much more. We can do more. We can accomplish boku. So you see, this speaking don't get the opportunity for go meet with the president, and we never know. Perhaps, just perhaps, maybe they go offer a scholarship. Also in life they change small. Now we recognize talent. What is talent in Peking or anybody, you understand it? We get for key support. This now make a nation. You know, we all, to be honest, I can always repeat this. Yes, we they come here, we they bash governments, we they criticize governments. Yeah. But when you look at the people that way they run the country, now harmful people, you know, minus plus, so not past 1,000. Minus plus. I mean, I talk about the key figures, the key decision makers, minus plus. Lord just put it down. So, and they talk about the extended civil service, the other, I'm just they talk about the key decision makers. So, what are the time for talk here is we are 8 million people, you know, as soon as the statistics. If one will come to go before, believe me or not, you get for play your part. Yes, yeah, easy for criticize, but believe me, if you go in a them position, you go sit down, you go team up there, you go know the hits on the other. You go know say, God say the sweat. God say sweat, then you know. So the point is, love me support yourself as brothers and sisters, you know. When we see talent in somebody, when any person, love me try our best and help, you know. But we don't see many talents in the country that die just like that, you know. But back then, social media nobody not so. But now social media don't play. Lord, we did try for prudence in there, you know, by sharing content that we valuable, you know. This speaking in life, perhaps we hope it will not change. We hope perhaps and we don't get a scholarship. I mean, like I said, we hope, you know. And look at this speaking again. Maybe, just maybe. Who knows? Maybe he could get a sponsorship, you know, for making further education. Let not just continue for one state to go bigger, you know. You know, it's too talented, you know, at the age, it's too talented. Just like they're all put so bad, the way it articulates, I talk at the style, not so. So that's just part of the ongoing thing we will continue for the future. Let me bring uh, President Biona Kenya, short one, no counter.
Your Excellency and dear brother, I'm here to support you for a great initiative, and we are proud of you and Kenya, and we will support you fully. Without much ado, I want to congratulate you, my brother and friend, President Ruto, for successfully launching this innovative initiative. This is a great example of a homegrown solution to global problems. When the world creates a mess, we have to find a way at home to solve them. No excuses, because we are an integral part of the world. We all know how much climate change is impacting and ravaging our communities in several respects that I don't need to even mention here today. I do not doubt that the financing locally led climate action program will benefit millions of Kenyans and lay a solid foundation for robust climate adaptation efforts over the next decade. And this is where I will appeal as we all look at this initiative as an example that Kenyans take this seriously, because we want to follow, but it depends.
But in Kenya, and of course, we see some pictures there around social media. Also, the first lady said, "I will join here." But we all know what's happening around the world. We get erratic weather condition where they cause a lot of problems for people there. And particularly we as Sierra Leoneans are vulnerable. Remember again, August so that mudslide, where a lot of people have lost their lives. And in fact, we are like every year we must get 1 or 2 people who die. Every year, you know, it's very serious because we don't take the climate, we don't take the environment for granted, you know. We don't deplete resources to the point that the thing that we meant for protect itself will not even value them. But anyway, that's just the other side of it. It's very important for we galvanize support and we raise the awareness of climate change because we are existential threat for all humanity, for we all as much abandoned, you know. So that's that's now the side of it. Again, let me just look at. I know I'm going to the politics aspect of it because people still a question what you could do, what things are going to benefits. You just look at the general picture of climate, you know, because again, that's a debate on social media. If you go and then groups and they tell you, say, I mean, you don't have 5 years, nothing much you will talk about, you know. And again, you get another few, you get another 5 year mandate. Is it going to be business as usual, continuous traveling, you know? Waiting this will bring kind of the country, you know. Yes, for 10, 13, and then people a day, you know, what you can go there. I mean, why make we get you can I mean, not to everywhere the president for go. These people are not talking until they don't tire. Not to every side, not to every invitation president bill for honor. It's good the climate change, you don't get problem with that, but not to every little, every climate change. Food oh now you go look at where just when you go now home, food on food business, you go you go there. I mean, we you know just too much. Even people like Professor Kutubu, when a stalwart of SLPP, my supporter, he said, you don't criticize, you don't blast President Bill, but come up with him. He said the frequent traveling, no, I mean, it's just too much. Then you can afford don't go attend instead. For go attend, you know. But if every little, if every okay, few days ago we get for can go America, not so the UN summit. When I just announced when he says just announced President Bill. I don't know if now the this now the I don't know if now the third travel see. As you just been go to home from Rome, now in Kenya, from Kenya. I don't know if now the third. Now remember, become like it's first try they will be able to make that team. First try the way he just win with the con to the con to the con. Nice, ladies and gentlemen. I will continue for flying. And in a lie, he continue for fly. But the point is, the country in crisis, not so. The same money, not it. And each time the president travel, he travel with entourage, and not a small money they spend along the line. So, but the argument will be, if not free, they do immunity from state coffer. Okay, it's fine. But me don't say not to free. You know, each time the per diem, the first day na Namibia, not so. He said they on official trip. Now you don't go join them back in Kenya. All and then are people and money and they go. Now they spend back. That's salon money they spend. All the trips a day. That I made the allegation come say the plane where they use it, that private plane where they come. Now you get her. Because also they put money each time the president want fly, we get for cuts for a private jet. For higher private jet, not so small money now, you know, easy, you know. You get between you look at around 150,000 to 200,000. You know, it depends on the aircraft. I mean, each and every travel, each and every invitation for honorary. I mean, you know, I know they just get this. I know they want to. And the thing is, people don't talk this on social media. Say even the stalwarts of SLPP also don't embark on this. But I don't know within the immediate circle, you know, the advice president, you say, look. You don't designate positions to people. I believe say now because you trust them, that make you give them a ministerial position or whatever responsibility. If that be the case, certain information, certain conferences, reject time, not to bombard. Allow the other person to deputize you. That shows leadership. That shows that you get confidence in people. You know what I mean. And by allowing lesser official to go, you reduce the expenditure. Because let's say for example, Junkela also did it by this conference. Junkela did it, you know. If Junkela go there, I know say you're not going to pay and pass $50,000 for what attending conference. You get the point I make. You're not going to pay and pass some money. Then you get in per diem. But again, the president for understand from only would know set will be no Amos when they just come apart. We know how much the president spend, how much people care and go from that and then put blackouts. No more. We never wanted today. So it's, I think this is our own responsibility, our own money. I mean, it's not about you opposing. No. But this is a fact. This is getting too much, and it's annoying. It's annoying. This frequent traveling. The climate summit is a good thing, but allow the minister for go represent you. Allow another senior official of the government for go help you. You get for Kalguna in New York. But anyway, sometimes it can just do. All right, so what should we look at again? Another thing we'll look at this passionate Sierra Leonean way beyond all over social media. A lot of people know about this guy. They're going to look for the assets that we don't dilapidated, assets that we government need to take control and take care of. The last time we talked about waiting CRTL, but today not look at the other video they make on social media. Not look at.
Today, now the 3rd of September 2023. Again at the Freetown International Airport, Lunde. Una look. Yeah, it don't turn a ghost town. Una look. It's very painful, it's pathetic for the people of this country. Una look. Come here. Una look. Look. Everything they don't pull. Everything they don't pull. Una look. Yeah, don't turn a ghost town. You know why they say so? Civil aviation. Civil aviation, Sierra civil aviation. They still there now the Freetown International Airport, Lunde. My camera, they are pointing at they say arrival. Arrival. Now the arrival are there so. You understand? Now, Dr. Tambi, you do well for the people of this country. Dr. Tambi, you do well for the people of this country. For let them abandon the public assets. For let them abandon the assets of this country. You do well. Mr. Cabinet Kalon, the then Minister of Transport and Aviation, you do well for the people of this country. The National Commission for Privatization, NCP, Una do well for the assets of this country. Una yagba, una tawa for Kampul Sierra Leone Airport Authority. We said they be done there over 40 years. Una all yagba for Kampul, them people there. They're not able to get a better transition. Before we understand, before then they left these assets for go to Suma and a terminal building them build. They add some parts that the runway. Before then they go to Suma. Why the airport authority not before don't left who side and they? Before they go to Suma. Before they go to Suma. Side on airport authority, therefore don't left who side and they. Because you know why? This is not the people's airport. This airport is so important that it don't work over 30, 40 to 50 years. This airport is so important. You understand? If they left this airport like how they left us home, my brother, it go too good for the people of this country. It go good for the people of this country. It don't go good. Now make we call upon the president, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, the chief minister, the vice president, to hear with the appeal. Let Sierra Leone Airport Authority then transfer back now them building before the place here collapse. Let them transfer now. Once Sierra Leone Airport Authority wants to see Suma, now 10 minutes from Suma, they can hold meeting now. One side on airport authority, they want see. You understand? Westminster, not 10 minutes they can hold meeting now. You don't understand? So why side on airport authority where they are the landlord, then they run away for go to Suma? Huh? Then they left their assets. Look at this. Then they go to Suma. Una know we think. Sierra Leone Airport Authority, they run, they go to Suma. Huh? Una know we think. It's not good. So let's Sierra Leone Airport Authority come back. Who said them there? Let's Suma there under. Because Sierra Leone Airport Authority, now they are the custodian of this airport. Why you not the custodian? Why do you go be tenant? Tenant. Can you imagine? Not for be tenant again. You not for be tenant. And as I talk to you, the place as soon as they see so, the security the way they are, the Lunge Division police station, with some military people then they look at these assets. But mind you, I talk to Dr. David Moina Senge for come na the Lunge International Airport for can investigate this issue. The workers and where they are, hey, they want their money. The workers are where they are. They don't pay their yet, then benefit. They don't pay their yet, then benefit. So I tell you plenty thank you. When they watch this video, me na journalist Soka, the CEO for one salon. Tell you plenty thank you.
And again, I know say some of una don't see that video where he said make about Seattle. It will expose some of the. I mean, if you see the way they damage that place, is Seattle office, na Lungi, then damage. In fact, the place so bush. In fact, according to this very guy, a journalist, they say, na native man or criminal can go hide. You know, I can always talk about something where a lot of people are also subscribe to. We get a problem of culture of maintenance. We sometimes once they say this is government property, we not value it. No. We pay premium for anything. Once I don't put the name government property, we not value it. And not to say like a rich country, not to say we get money per se. Now bigger, we go bigger. And so when we know, we create people like can get parallel and say no, it's not to cost, but we will not know we save. You know, so we don't know we save because if we really know we save, we know say we pass, we go bigger. I mean, for take time, how they spend with resources or how they manage the national assets there. Now, this thing where this man bring council, maybe in the next 2 years, if you go to this particular Lungi, so the old Lungi airport and the old building, it will not turn grass, because we not foresee new thing. Salomon let new thing, bad, we let new thing, you know, we let new thing. Salomon let new thing. So these are just a wake-up call, a clarion call for the Minister of Transport and Aviation. The government in general, make them pay attention on this and preserve the national assets there. Look at this guy, they do a fantastic job. I don't afraid for her. Perhaps this man will silence him because this video they all over social media. It caused a lot of trend, you know. And I think from what you missing at the second video, this way they pull, where they go expose government assets, now they pay attention to government assets, which I think the national duty of each and every Sierra Leonean there for make sure say anything we see because now we have money. Honestly, this government property, in fact, will value as private property because it's not national assets. But we get a problem. Government buy also. How many bosses don't come the country? How many bosses then? The previous regime, you know, we see EBK regime they count boku boss then and put boku boss and a mechanic. I mean, body. And the worst still happen with them boss then. That's on something. I talked with one senior citizen. He said the problem we get in the country, the level of dishonesty, the level of wickedness, the level of corruption is so deepened, it's so dead in people and that you can get no worse. When they call them boss there, they're government land kusa. What did they do? Then they change the engine. In some cases, then they change the engine. Boss that engine, they call fake engine. I mean, for them no more because of government property. And in some cases, when I even can go to motorcar in a garage, when they say a government motorcar, they change some parts there. The fitter then, they're so wicked, then they change them parts there. If somebody can with motoka, you understand where parts get problem. And this one, it's not government motoka, what they do change. Then they take the government motoka in parts, then go sell it. Maybe next to nothing, then put the old one and then build governments. Ah, my God, people. My God. Yes, it happened. And I know a lot of people will confirm and yeah. When you can go in motoka and garage, in fact, apart from there's some wicked people there, some wicked garage in the country, according to sources who get. Once you can go in motoka, it not ever be the same again. It not ever be the same again because maybe another motoka be don't park for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and they look for parts. If you see in motoka, you get that same parts, they're similar and the same model, maybe na Toyota, Corolla, or maybe na Isuzu, or maybe na Nissan. These are not changing, they don't change. They do changing at the garage. But the point what I'm making, is more vulnerable to government propertyism. We can feel say we big government, don't see what we do with it. Anyway, we get a long way to go. Sierra Leoneans, the mentality. We get for change your attitude, We get for really change your attitude, There's a lot of things we get for do. We need to understand, but first thing we get for get the awareness, this a country, now we all responsibility. And we all get role. They continue to emphasize this. It's not about government alone. Now we not just stop for them government. Sometimes all come back to the culture of maintenance, neglect, by that wickedness, dishonesty, when we name the thing government, we don't we not care anyway. But anyway, that's now one of the videos we make on social media. Now take short break. We get 2 more clips in for Campania before we can do that. We can finish the analysis on the Palestine is a conflict where Afisi Salowangu involved in. Anyway, all right, we can just now family. That's it. Short.
Talking point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
The family, we just join. This is not the program. We call our Komon-Tok because it's in the way they talk here. Komon-Tok. Me and Mr. Komon-Tok. Today we look at things and way the makers on social media as always. We look at Dr. Samura Kamara go pay visits to the dorm, the people that want to move, and another thing we look at also President Biona Kenya. He go attend African Climate Summit. And also, we look at one passionate Sierra Leone when they talk about the neglect of public assets. And we can look at Arata and Berry, waiting people in the talk about. And also, finally, the bike riders in strike who can play them 2 clips a day. So, consider for subscribe to Just the Journey, very important. And you want to when you subscribe it, the last time we'll say what they do and so, but we'll still able to think what to do for. So manga for the scene the last one was it manga for the scene na Mali, na Senegal, the diaspora. Don't you want to na Salon, so man say the Basco. I something on as well, so people like that. So man say let the bus go up, so man say let petrol go up, go up. On a take time, me not put now. I just ask people what you will do. Them people in a salon will not be for subscribe. And man, in the watch back my can you imagine? We channel for only right now 40 to 50,000 viewers. Half of the people who watch then they watch regularly, but not they subscribe. But each time will come, they come. Each time will come, and the algorithm they tell me, But time will come, not far again, not get for see this again. So they always encourage you. If you really care about the news so they happen in your own country, subscribe and turn on the notification. Otherwise, time will come, you're not going to see the channel again. Not to you. No. YouTube not going to recommend it to you again because once and done repeatedly and CC and then forget because I got billions of videos of the show around, so I don't know. Yes, so let me go on this video with the makers on social media back. Let me play for Fambule. Of course, we know Arata. We a lot of people don't black. blast. Some people regard as a thug. Some people call and say like bad egg. Some people say na SLP political tool. But by and large, I mean, they say one man's choice is another man's poison. Sometimes the food way you not like other man like not so. And now some people they're glad the way die. Some people then criticize and drum then they celebrate. Us see other people and they will celebrate SL people they move. In fact, the two shock a lot of people then. Police then gear recognition. Police anyway. Not take it.
Arata is proud na the transport the video Arata watch out Arata and go for one policeman to Arata I will you Arata
All right, that was the video where they circulate on social media where people and where they witness then confirm saying Arata we be die we see some people in the bitter they say go thief. I need them give more or less recognition. The point is we don't say yes, every life matters, not so, and for let them give somebody recognition, not to anything bad. But given the status, the notorious attribute, the notorious things and what this allegedly what this man don't do, and there are evidence all over social media. We don't see the beats Christmas, we don't see even the mayor Akisoya and this guy. It just we don't see the Arata where they pull, where they talk. We don't count, not so. We don't want to give a ballroom and get out more of the past videos and because I don't see them. I don't flood social media and we says we don't do the chronology now, we don't do the chronology and I don't see. So just make sense again for being out them one after the other just for make a point. I believe say we not just talk here without or we don't get fact. We don't count all of those evidences there. So the point why they make here is every life matter and every life deserve recognition. But certain life, certain situation, government not for be a bias. We don't see people and they we die by even election violence or other related thing. We don't see them get any kind of attention. We supposed talk. But for the fact that because police, whatever as a government, because police not do anything without the permission of the hierarchy. The hierarchy also they take permission from the executive, and the executive then they approve. The police council they under voting, they under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs are part of the board where they under the police council. The police council is headed by the vice president. No decision, not know the police is to without the prior approval of the top. If you do they discipline you or they take very serious action against you for them never do again. Because the force gets an hierarchy, it gets a discipline, you get an approach. So for that we see government there, because not to say a huge crowd. Maybe someone will argue say for security, for man the crowd, but not a huge crowd, just for maybe for entice the boys there. See, we do it. But anyway, as always, so we must the catch when we see something in social media. We not able settle what, they say we vote them. They need for zip them. But nobody not going to zip them. We talk. Anyway, that's not the other side of it. But yes, like out the other video before we can on the last part of the program. No, we can't. All right, okay.
Still on that story, meanwhile, bike riders in McKinney have staged a peaceful strike by sitting home. Key among the reasons for this action is the price hike on fuel. To know more on this, we join our reporter, Jonathan Pangu, who has the detail.
Transport sector plays a significant role to the socio-economic development of a country. And this is as a result of transporting goods and people from one location to another. In McKinney, this crucial sector has been disrupted for certain reasons, as explained by bike riders.
Looking at the area of the fuel again is very important. So maybe not just look at the two crash elements issue, because according to how we don't understand, we don't get from central government, say the issue of the two elements, they don't let them to rest and it don't go viral. So they expect them now for come out, but they still say they're not they come out because the fuel we don't go up now to global crisis, because they say that they compare another countries them where they feel say fuel they not reach to the way how again na this country. So if you really tell us in a global crisis, then they not they take and they not agree on that. Then believe say no more na Saloya no more fuel don't come up, and na Saloya no more then they get a lot of constraints in terms of all the materials them more than they use for their business. And government for go all angle for try as a leaders, you know, as a parent body where they man the affairs of the people of this nation. Let them go all out to make sure see all the materials and the fuel where bike they use for do them business, make them make sure they minimize that and put the fuel down.
Some going to their workplaces, and other to their marketplaces to do their normal activities, did trek this morning. Motor drivers are as well affected, as most passengers are transported by motorbikes at various lorry parks in McKinney.
We actually make them by them, not to strike. Like by them, and then it's out of the passengers them, where they can give the MPR, it affects me very great because of some of us who are business with them. Then every goods there, now buy they buy the dear one. If you back up for 2 or 3 days, that's another.
They affect me bad because of the free. We are to talk only in a to buy and back to business against so if we get here,
in all this, we contacted the Sierra Leone police to know their stance on these developments.
We put out a notice, a public notice, reminding them of their responsibility to maintain order, law and order in the streets. And the aspect of the helmet were considered. We thought of that, and I think we have compromised in that. Their issue or their problem is not only the idea of having a crash helmet, but they have bikes that are registered. Well, the issue of pump price, the hiking of pump price, is not only Sierra Leone. I know it cuts across the world. We all.
Family, that was the short one from the bike riders. And yesterday, about this fear crisis. Now, I think now a very sensitive issue. We feel say you get a potential for cause problem in the country. And from which we really very, very soon, then the plan for a raise back the fear. But we hope government will become more responsible, more understanding the pain of the people there, then we shall at least let them observe and see how this one they go for us. All right, family, this issue law put on to rest once and for all. A lot of people ask me, what can I take when the government of Salon don't plan to go open an embassy na Jerusalem, na Israel? First and foremost, let's just make it clear today, once and for all. It's a good thing. I repeat, a good thing, a fantastic idea for we as Sierra Leone people, for we continue to get amicable working relationship with Israel. Because Israel and we're able to help people, if the relationship strong, then we're able to help people in terms of energy, in terms of in terms of medicine, in terms of security, and many, many other things. However, the approach now gets the question mark here. Now, the conflict itself, the Israel and the Palestinian conflicts, now a conflict to don't take centuries, it all old itself. Now, we all know from the biblical stories, we are able the promised land, the Canaan, we not Palestine. But I'll just fast forward again, the place itself, this is not an enclave where the Ottoman Empire and the controller, But after the First World War between 1914 to 1918, when they defeat the Ottoman Empire, this particular enclave, we then call Palestine, it began under the auspices, the control of Britain, and call them British Palestine. Now, within this particular entity, Arabs and Bokudi, where they said they can create a sense of nationalism, where they call it Palestine, when I be Arabs. But in this same particular place, Jews then also be live there. So now, let me live in peace, no problem at all. But as more and more, because back then we all understand the story, the Jews are scattered all over the world. But when Hitler finally committed what he say the Holocaust, up to 6 million people, according to sources, then killed 6 million Jews there. The United Nations, this now was a proposal back then from the League of Nations for letting them create an homeland where they exclusively they count for the Jews, for let the Jews then get a place where they call the homeland. So the place where they identify, because these two lands don't claimed by two people, the Arabs and the Palestinians, they say now their own land is. Then the Israelites they say no, this according to biblical stories, now yeah, we don't promise we own land there. All right. Now, when finally Britain don't say this thing don't become difficult and stop, because more and more Jews and they come up from all over the world they come. But after that particular Holocaust, where up to 6 million people, Jews and killed, they finally allowed, in 1947, the United Nations allowed for make them partition the two places. One part for B for Israelites, another part for B for the Palestinians. So the Palestinians, they do not accept, the Arabs in general do not accept this particular thing, whilst the Israelites, they accept them quickly. So in 1948, the state of Israel, then it came into effect. Now, since then, there has been very, very difficult moments between the two people. In fact, the Arabs galvanized and support Jordan, Syria, Egypt. They all fought Egypt and they all fought Israel within 1948 to 49. But Israel defeats them, then continue. But from 1967, again, another war broke out, what they call the 6 Days War. This 6 Days War, it changed the course of history, it changed the course of Palestine forever. Now, the country will be involved again. Egypt be did it, Syria be did it, Jordan be did it. Now, after the war, just 6 days, Israel with the army with a small, with all their country, defeats all of them. And in fact, when they defeat and country, it not just defeat them, it take part of the land. For example, in Syria, you get the Golan Heights. When inside Syria, then territorial integrity, but that what they've been made. Israel, Caesar, and up to now they control it. The Sinai and the West Bank will be controlled by Jordan. So when it comes quickly from 1967 now, way after that war, Israel not consolidating gains. They not only get part of, and they not only just take more of Palestinian places here after the demarcation, then take back from other people. Even though Mount Sinai in 1973, in the 70s, they make peace. Egypt and Israel make peace, they hand over Mount Sinai to them, and they still feel comfortable because they don't get most of the lands or the places or the whole it under their control. Now, from the 80s, 1970 to the 80s, Palestinians then continuously they say they resist because then they feel like say this is completely unacceptable for them they don't live there for ages, hundreds of years. Then all of a sudden, different people become part of the world. They can't claim say this are their own ancestral land, and they can't take you down by force, according to their arguments. So then get two factions. They get the Hamas, then get the Fatah. The Hamas, like now the military being, these are people where they really, really So, like, what is extremists? These are people that don't know if you want let Israel exist, according to them. They don't want to exist. Then determination of a white Israel off the place so they call Palestine. As you know, before 1948, there is nothing like Israel. Now, only after 1948 we can get what they call Israel. So this particular entity, this particular group inside Palestine, you get the Fatah the way some moderates, and you get the Palestinian, the Hamas. Hamas then are the military wing. These are the extremists there. In fact, the American government label them as terrorists. The UK label them as terrorists. The UK government label them as terrorists, and many, many other countries there around the world because of their atrocities there, not only in Israel and Palestine, but across the world. So now a very powerful wing. And one of the people who support them, one of the countries who openly support Hamas, now Iran. So the point what they make here is then people are then get the will, then get the power. You know, say Arab man, we see Lord die tomorrow. No, they say no, Lord die today. You know. Now, I don't want to say I don't government say, Lord, we think about your decision to go open. Because this place we call Jerusalem now contested site. This particular place, according to the dictation of the United Nations, is supposed to be two capital. One side for B for the Israelites, then for divide this particular side, one an international capital anyway. One side for B for Israel, then capital. The other side for B for Palestinian for the future states up till now not fully gets a state on its own. The capital city right now where people are recognized for Israel, that's Tel Aviv. But according to Benjamin Netanyahu, where people are saying a right-wing politician, he want to completely take in fact, they're on record when they say according wherever allowed for let Palestine declare or get a state, so they can do everything possible for let them just create more problem and for let them just kill the dream of having two-state solution, where these are the international standard practice or international agreed. Because when the United Nations partition now that's them they get in mindset. Then go divide this place in two, one part for the Israelites and another part for B for the Arab country there, the Arab people there. Now, if we are part of the international community, the UN, we make this. If they go in this kind of thing, they go take side directly, it get for affect we in different way if we don't rethink. Why? Because in 2022, there was a controversial decision where Donald Trump be take for declare Jerusalem as the capital city of the Jewish of Israel. Where a lot of people then go down with 12 then. In fact, the international community accepts, so America, if they want to do something, they do it, regardless of what people then talk. So a lot of countries then not move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Now, the politics where they play, the state of Israel wants all the embassies and for move because then to say the future capital will then therefore declare all over again for Jerusalem. The argument to them puts can call them Jews, so the capital city for Jerusalem. But again, Boku country they refuse for take the embassy from Tel Aviv for go to Jerusalem. So that make now you see the politics now. Then they talk to people there, then they talk to country there for make them move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. But again, implication. The country where they move, America, I guess I don't think they don't move because America gets security, UK gets security, these Western world they get security. But we as a country, we are very small, we don't get security. Why America said not get security yesterday? I mentioned that. A Nigerian man, a well-known criminal internationally, we don't convict, we count homeland, motherland projects. That man, he can't take a passport. The man a known criminal, they can go point to the president, he go get award. The CIA will do nothing. The immigration will do nothing. The anti-corruption bosses go get the occasion. So we get security. Joke with a joke. So if God forbid, if then people there when Hamas, where people regard for being a terrorist, they decide for can set example to be. Because back then, relationship within the 70s is staying with Israel, But if you go back into history, like the other time I mentioned to now, Israel, now the big parliament, we get a good relationship. I'm not against relationship for will be with Kimula. No, I'm not against that. But at least law will just take a cautious approach by open or we consulate or we embassy in Tel Aviv for the meantime. Law will understand and see how the situation will unfold because this particular land is contested. If these people, when Hamas, when terrorists, they say, okay, because this country we don't talk to them and all this, look at set example. So for another African country, number again, or maybe they think twice, they're capable for do that, honestly. And particularly with Sierra Leoneans, majority of Sierra Leoneans, we how we call it, and so panic as you can see white man so white color, they don't open the door, you understand? If them people in can for can, if they don't do anything as alone, they can. I mean, for can cause problem easy for them. They can maybe in Kala say the business people there, the anchor with investment or medical, they get all kinds of tactics and they cause problem. You mind you, there are people that don't go bomb na Kenya, you know, they don't go to Uganda also. This Hamas group on the same facts, they go hijack planes there, you know. So the other day when I listen to Jane, they talk say government of Salon for rush will take this opportunity and that's for ignore technically according to your opinion Hamas and threats, you know, and I just say how irresponsible some of the politicians can be because in a vine you want me in that position, let be ambassador, that APC guy. So for me, my own personal opinion, and I want the government tread on this one cautiously. Now, moving the embassy, I mean, if I go open embassy, we don't know the implication when I cause if Hamas become very angry. And if you become angry and decide for take redress or take punishment, believe me, they get the capability. We know get the capability for stopping it. So this issue, in real stand as talking point platform, this I can say we should take a cautious and to get cautious law not go involved in a conflict we don't do for centuries, we don't do for decades, where we don't know when this conflict will ever end. We don't know. Absolutely. We don't get there. Now we don't go chase small baby when they forgive me, we can't jeopardize the national security, you know, just because of perhaps we are unable to be angry, you know, because this is all about having for one Israel go big, you know, go big, go ask for aid, not to nothing, not just they go give them money. And for long, we just go big. Long just there the good books then, you know. So now this I get on this particular issue, I believe say a lot of people who follow international politics and will see between the lines and CCS, which I don't articulate to, they very close to reality, or if not on a reality, you know, according to small research I do. But anyway, a lot calls on that. And we hope say when they watch now and perhaps they might learn or two. All right, so let's move forward and try to wrap up the program now. On this, yes, one of the last thing we will probably touch on. But anyway, I think now we'll read the messages and force. So read the messages and force. All right, now before we read the messages first, I'll take a short break again so that at least I'll take a short break from there. I can read the messages.
Talking point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
All right, so family, yes, now we come to the messages then. So this starts, now go up in. As always, no rush you off us. I don't know, the line will get for the time for open and back. These days, log first up. All right, so now begin from up first. So can we do low come at the last part? This one they come up from Kelvin CC. Welcome TPP Leon. God bless you, my brother connected. Yeah, thank you, Kelvin, for always joining us. Our Kumba, good afternoon to you all on this wonderful platform. I wanna all you do. Okay, thank you, our Kumba. Okay, that's our Kumba again. This one they come up from Juliana. Now we say thank you, Mr. Komon-Tok, for the good job. Thank you too. This one, they come up from Abinti Kuruma, they say, hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine and your family. Mabinti, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. And this one, you come up from Patricia Orad. Yes, sincerely greet we all. Yes, Fatmata Ali, sincerely greet we all. Yes, and this one, you come up from Mary J. Sincerely greet we. Hello, Mr. Komon-Tok, and everyone. Happy Labor Day. Yeah, thank you for reminding us Labor Day indeed. Good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok, Aisha Kester. Thank you for joining us. This one will come up from Nelly. Nelly, what is it? Good work, Mr. President. Um, this one will come up from Med Mans. What is it? Samura Kamara is an humble man. This is the type of leader Salon need. This one will come up from Masiri Kamara. What is it? So sad. This one will come up from Aisha say, wow, amazing talent. I think they refer to that young lady way, that young titi way they interpret the sign language for the dog. This one they come up from Mary Julie say, wow, what a talented kid. She needs help. I wish I could help her. And this one they come up from Sally Bangura, our president, Dr. Samura Kamara, is real. All right, so let me go down and come back. Now the middle. This one they come up from Bine Suma, where they say mother is a lazy dude, and so you're right. It's about being able to go cap in hand to beg for aid to Israel. And this one they come up from Mohammed Kuru. Now they say at the same time, Salon is majority Muslim and mostly symbolic with Palestinian struggle. And this one they come up from Princess Rosie, where they say, oh dear, I missed the beginning of your show, Mr. Komon-Tok. Greetings, brother. Yes, Princess. You can always get the opportunity for rewind and back, Princess. And this one they come up from Isata Tumbuya, where they say, I hope everyone is doing great and happy Monday to everyone today. Yes, Isata, thank you very much. And this one they come up from Zanab Sise, where they say, good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. How are you doing today? Zanab, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. This one they come up from Jamila Bangura, they say, Mr. Komon-Tok, thanks for your patience. Yeah, thank you very much, Jamila. And let me see back. This one they come up from Abdul Razak Kurma, they say, Mr. Komon. So this guy has been blaming the previous government about the increase in the pump price of fuel, but they have done the worst from 7,000 to 30,000. And this one again, so they go. This one they come up from Rosetta Kamara, where they say it's sickening. My prayers now for make Papa God change Salomon in mindset. Rosetta, this is not about God anymore. This is about us. Believe me, God don't out. Seems as if God don't out to prayer. You know. This one they come up from Ismail Kamara. Is I'm pretty sure that the Minister of Aviation is one of Bill's brother. Well, I don't know. This one they come up from Sally Bangura. They say you cannot call these people because there is no legitimate government in country currently. This one they come up from Alhaji Bangura, where they say CPP, may Allah continue to bless you. Yeah, thank you very much. And another one they come up from Aruna Aruna Mama D Kabo, they say good evening, nice one, guys. And this one they come up from Sally Bangora, they say because we do not have patriotic army, otherwise they should have protected concept. All right, so long is something that we will read. This one is a Julian, they come up from Julian. My answer is say all them stick them. Don't cut down for sell as timber to Chinese. Then if they go Kenya for go talk about climate change, what's a joke? Maybe na money if they go for support in bloated cabinet. Somebody they say, I think this lady don't get this titi don't get a lot of fans. This Rosetta Kamara is, I love this little madam girl. She's adorable, talented, and gifted. She's a blessing from Almighty Jehovah God. Yeah, indeed. You know, that was the one that invited me the video self nani entire attention apparently. I just the imagine at him age. If Nani gets support, believe me, it will make a big difference for himself and who knows the country as well. You know. So I hope say people away now philanthropists then people we get way for help, then say will consider that for turn their attention on this. This one come from Zakwan Kamara with his respect may the Almighty Allah bless you. So you are the right leader in Sierra Leone. All right, okay. Think we'll just tap on here for today. My apologies if we're able to read the message. You know, as always, we'll try, but sometimes not all my message will able to read because time not permitted. All right, so we'll come back to my hopefully with, as always, we'll be able to come and talk to them. Not left them. Anything we will not say trend, I'll go for bringing a control now. Amulen, la attack now. We say la left la take me leave, you know. I will come back. Bye bye.
Talking point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well on for tomorrow. Now we go make salute.
Да, я закончу. Что так быстро? Потому что уже все. Уже все. Как я устал.
Еще раз скажи, уже все. Еще раз скажи, уже все. Скажешь?